Here we go!
Hey people, what is up? This is Gamer Blake 90, your proud chief of the Blue Blurs, looking kinda like Sonic Boom right now with this new mask I've got here. Yeah, but it's a Sonic face mask that can be worn in one of 12 different ways, so I thought I would add that to my wardrobe for the sake of my recordings. Anyway, welcome back to my channel. Ooh, Sonic with that wipeout, that had to hurt. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are continuing my Sonic 3 playthrough series with one of the most talked about stages in Sonic history, and that is the Ice Cap Zone. How the heck did Tails fly through that block? My guess is that because he was respawning, he wasn't considered to be a character with a hurt box yet up until he actually landed. That might have something to do with it, but it's just a theory on my part. Anyway, welcome to the Ice Cap Zone, one of the absolute best stages in Sonic history, and a stage that I wish had made a return in Sonic Mania, but the closest we got to was at Press Garden, which most certainly was not terrible. It's also one of the few stages to be duplicated across multiple Sonic games. You have Sonic 3's Ice Cap, and then you have Sonic Adventure's Ice Cap, and what? Oh my god, Tails! You know, I might have spoken too soon when I said that in comparison to Sonic 2, Tails was less bothersome. He almost managed to prove me wrong, cause he took that platform before I did and wound up getting me thrown off course. If you're wondering, those platforms require you to exert a lot of force into them, usually by spin dashing, and they'll move upwards, enabling you to reach higher areas. But make sure Tails isn't in front of you if you have him along for the ride and you start up your spin dash, otherwise you might end up getting tripped up like I almost did. I didn't think about that, but again, there's a challenge trying to talk and play at the same time. I think you all know what that is by now. These icicles can be used as stepping stones to get across these, extremely pointy icicles. They're basically spike beds at this point, so they have hitboxes. Use these instead to get across them, and you should be completely fine. Of course, the icicles that drop down themselves also have hitboxes, but only on their undersides. When you're standing on their upper side, you don't have that issue. No thank you. The last time I tried gambling with a slot machine bonus stage, I lost 100 rings to Eggman. I was only lucky enough to get a jackpot immediately after and get those rings back, but I don't feel like tempting fate again. And oh, look at that! We have a substitute for a snowboard right there. You can ride that chunk of ice throughout the state, and it will allow you to break through walls that Sonic otherwise cannot destroy with his spin dash. After all, he's not Knuckles the Echidna. He doesn't have the luxury of just walking right through walls as if they were paper. Poor guy. Speaking of which, this is one such wall that we cannot break with a spin dash. This is the Knuckles only route, so we're gonna have to forsake this one and Tails? Well, okay, now I screwed myself over there. Oh lord. Where's Tails charting a spin dash at exactly? Where'd he go? Oh well, there he is. Now, an alternative to applying force to these platforms is simply to use a spring, then it'll just launch you right into them. But usually spin dashing will be more accessible and, in some cases, preferable. Hang on, Tails. Well, I was going to free you, and then the damage effect of being frozen kicked in. It's kind of like Wacky Workbench, where when you touch the machines that emit flashes of light, you get carbonated Han Solo style, like in Star Wars. Those work in the same fashion. You get caught in the frost machine, you get put on ice, and after a while, the ice breaks, but you'll take damage. So unlike in Sonic Mania, they are not free of consequence, and neither is running smack into a snowball surrounding this boss's body. Had I not landed that last hit right there, those snowballs would have come raining back down from the top of the screen, and they would have hurt you had they landed on you. But if you run like left or right, like you time it just as the first snowball goes down, run past it towards the left, and the snowballs will basically fall in a line like this. You get where I'm going with this? Like the line first move towards the left, and then there'll be another line of snowballs starting from the right of the screen, going towards the left. As long as you place your movement accordingly, you should be able to avoid all of them. Not that it's too consequential an effect of the boss, because otherwise, it's not all that challenging, especially if you have the electric shield on hand like what you've seen for the first half of that battle, and then I wound up losing it because I got a little too careless, but again, inconsequential. So here we go, boys and girls. We're here in the second act of the Ice Cap Zone. I failed to talk about this in the first act, but my god, this stage looks beautiful, especially these ice crystals along the sides of the road. Holy crap, this stage is downright awesome. It's a shame that it didn't make it into Sonic Mania, but the closest I ever got was Press Garden Act 2, and it was certainly beautiful, as I said earlier. But I think I speak for most Sonic fans when we say that we would have preferred the genuine article. Something to do with, copyrights regarding the theme for Ice Cap, which by the way is based on a song called Hard Times. That song was listened like a grand total of once, or I guess technically lots of times if you consider the equivalent of the Ice Cap theme, and the similarities were definitely unmistakable. Still, it's a shame it didn't make it over to Mania. I would have absolutely loved it. However, it did pick two highly respectable choices to, three, excuse me, to represent Sonic 3. There was Lava Reef, Flying Battery, and if I remember correctly, what was it again? Oh, Hydro City. All of which were definitely respectable choices to represent Sonic 3. Kind of funny they picked exactly 3 stages to represent Sonic 3 in Mania, because, you know, Sonic 3. I think you all get it. And look at that. 37 lives. Lives come so easy in this game, especially if you are pretty good at the special stages. I remember as a kid, at one point, I finished off a Knuckles save file with 99 lives. I kid you not. Although I think that might have come from multiple playthroughs of that exact same file, because the more I look at this game, the more I wonder how it would be possible to even finish off a save file in that fashion, other than, of course, debug mode, which I'm not sure that was how I pulled it off at the time, honestly. It's been so long since I had the save file on hand, and now I don't have it anymore. Which I'm fine with, because that save file was played with Knuckles, and that's not a character I play regularly in the Sonic games, as blasphemous as some of you may find that. Anyway, here we are, the Act 2 well, an example of how not to start the fight, because it involves the return of these Frost machines. They are spat out all around this weird little machine that's been going on there, only Tails saw fit to free me before things got out of hand, so I appreciate the homie for the save. But we kinda got a problem here, because the fog in the back of his craft will also freeze us in addition to the smoke underneath it, so I had to wait for him to turn around first and then deal the last 2 blows. But other than that, both bosses were wiped off the map as easily as it gets. And that's it for the Ice Cap Zone. Kind of a shorter video, I know, but we did take care of all the special stages already, so not much to really say or do here, honestly. But it was necessary to continue the playthrough. It's a shame, really, because look at that environment. It's clear from the second act that we made it out of the interior of the mountain and to the top side of it, which is definitely a breathtaking sight. I just wish Ice Cap as a stage was longer than it actually is. It suffers from the same, setback that greeted Sonic CD Stardust Speedway. It's just so short-lived with such a beautiful concept of a stage. But that aside, we're going to be going to the Launch Base Zone, which is considered the last stage in Sonic 3, but because we're playing the complete package, that isn't necessarily the last stage, but rather the midpoint of the game. Though as you might have expected, that will be for the next video. So, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the Ice Cap Zone, and if you liked what you saw, hit that sub button and ring that bell, and don't forget to leave those likes and comments down below. Always happy to hear from you guys. Hope you enjoy this playthrough, and I will see you next time. Don't forget, Blue Blur is for life. Peace out, and take care.